Get started with that again. My name is Adam McInnis, for anyone who's joining for the first time. I'm a songwriter and producer, and what I like to do is help people break down songs, understand what's actually going on in the architecture of the music, because there's a lot of details that are happening that most people don't know are even going on, right? So what I'd like to do is kind of show everyone what is going on so you can hear it for yourself, and that way you have a deeper understanding of music and the sounds that you're hearing, because there's a lot of really amazing things that producers like myself and songwriters spend time on in order to hopefully appease the ears of the listeners. You know, we want to give you all something that you're reacting to on a subconscious level, and usually the reaction we want is to be something very positive, right? So a lot of people don't realize, but behind the scenes of these songs are a lot of cool information, anything from harmonies to stacks and transitions, sweeps, risers, fills. A lot of these things are meticulous. It means we don't just knock them out. Those things take time. And to write the song, the melodic structure, the production quality to get it sounding like it's on the radio, all of these things are different steps, different layers of the cake, which most people don't understand all that's going on, because you're just listening most likely to a song in its final form, and then from that judging how you experience it. So you listen to a song, you go, okay, I like this song because of the feeling it creates for you. But most people don't realize all the details that are being put there that let you have those feelings. The musicians and the producers and the artists and the songwriters are all part of creating that sensation for you. So that being said, what we do is we call this community the Golden Ear community. And the reason why we call it the Golden Ear community is because when I first started music, I used to work as an intern at a record studio. And there was a couple artists that would come in, and they were really great vocalists. And I didn't have a good voice at all, but my ear was really good at deciphering things and finding pitches and cool harmonies and knowing when somebody was just even a hair off. So these artists would come in and they would record, and all the other engineers would say, "Oh, you sound great, you sound great." And then I'd come in and go, "Yeah, there's a note in your stack of harmonies that's a little bit flat, and I think it's on the left side." And then the producer would look at me like I was crazy. He'd solo all of the tracks, and sure enough, what I told him would be correct. And he'd say, "How did you hear that through all of those vocals that were going on?" And I would say, "I don't know, I just feel like there's a dissonance somewhere," and figured out where the dissonance was. And then I can pull apart and extract all the information to sonically see that there's probably only one factor left. Would be, it's probably one of those harmonies because it's not the lead. So I'd be able to show them these things. And that kind of grew my development of my ear. And then I realized over the last 15 years I've been doing music that you can grow your ear. And I think that's what's really cool. Anyone can grow their ear. I can show people how to do it. I train other people on how to do it, so that way they can decipher what's happening in all songs. And that way when they create songs, they know exactly how to do things that are in the same emotional level of what they're hearing. So I think that's always the biggest disconnect for a lot of artists in the beginning is, how do I get what I'm hearing in my head out into a manifested form, so that way I can actually share what I'm feeling, and not share it just because I want to have people tell me I'm cool, or get me friends, or get me girlfriends, or give me validation. But I want to share what's in my head because I feel like music is a connecting piece of energy, and I want to give that to someone else, or at least have an experience where I'm going through. So in order to do that, you have to develop your ear. So that's what I like to do on this channel. So that being said, I'm going to hop right into it today, and we're going to break down the song that was sent in. For anyone who's new to this, we have a Patreon account, and this is where we have so many supporters that I'm so thankful for, because it allows me to come on here and show everyone this inside information, because I am a full-time producer and songwriter, and I don't have a lot of time to come on YouTube. I usually stay off of YouTube and social media in general, because I'm sometimes in 1 to 2 recording sessions a day. So to be able to do this is because we have amazing patrons who come over to our account and support us, and that gives me the time and the availability to do these sessions. So I first and foremost want to thank everyone for supporting this channel, and more to come too, just for everyone to know that we just hired our first editor as of this week, so I'll be able to shoot videos again and have someone else edit them. I took a little break from shooting some reaction videos only because it was taking me so long to edit and to film on top of my regular schedule, which I just didn't have time for. But now that we have an editor, we'll have someone to come here and do this. So I'm excited about that, because I'm going to give you all different kinds of reaction videos. I mean, music is definitely going to be the forefront, but It'll be K-pop. It'll be songs that I was inspired by. It'll be things that are on top of the charts worldwide. It'll be reaction videos to other things that I feel like going on in the music industry, but then also outside the music industry, because I feel like I can give you all a unique perspective. All right, so that being said, let's hop into today's video. Let me share my screen and let's get this thing going. So this song is by a group called Mamamoo, and the song is called Windflower. So let me share my screen here. I'm going to share the audio. And what we're going to look for is we're going to break down the architecture of this song. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second. It seems like something's not working on our Zoom. Please install the audio sharing application on Zoom. Wait, what? Please restart your audio share application. Please install a Zoom audio device. You need a Zoom audio device. What are they talking about over here? That'd be all complicated. Zoom. Okay, Zoom audio device. What's this thing talking about? This is weird. Zoom audio device. All right, hold on. Let me see what this is all about. So let's see if this is working. All right, so it looks like we got it going. Perfect. All right. Sharing the sound. Let's get into today's song, Mamamoo, Windflower. If you have any questions, feel free to pop it in the chat, and I will try and answer them as we go along. That being said, here comes the song. Now, there are certain things we're looking for, so let me talk about that real quick. Whenever we are breaking down the song, there are certain elements that we want to connect to, so you can hear the architecture of the song. So the first thing is these things called powers of three, which you'll see, which is like how the melody goes. Most likely they're going to repeat certain words 3 times in a row, and 3 times in a row is just to lock that into how people remember information. Usually it's in sections of 3s. So let me see where this song is. Okay, cool. The song. All right, here we go. Is this the music video? Long. Okay. Okay, so like I said, we're looking for power 3s. We're looking for the first 8 seconds. How do they grab attention? It's always important because if someone doesn't grab your attention within the first 8 seconds, you as a listener will most likely turn it off. So we got to find out how are they grabbing attention, what sounds they're using. And then we want to look at their little things like transitions, how they take each section to the next, from the verse into the chorus, or the verse into the pre-chorus, pre-chorus into the chorus, that kind of stuff. Intro into the verse. You'll see what I'm talking about. So here we go. All right, cool. So this is a long song in sense. I'm looking at this thing. It says like 5 minutes or something like that. So let me break down things without taking too much time because there's a lot of information. But the good thing about the song is that at least it's starting off to be pretty easy to wrap all the pieces together. There's not a lot of moving parts right now. But let me show you what I'm talking about. So let's first start off with the intro. So they grab attention by using this really interesting guitar lick. The guitar lick is also recorded with almost like this vintage feel to it. And if you notice from the first chord to the second chord, there is an emotional sense that you get because it drops from being something that you think it's going to go to one chord and it goes to almost like this other chord that you're not expecting. Let me kind of show you what I mean by that. That chord. That was an unexpected chord. Usually we go. So this chord is interesting. That chord too. And to hit those little minor notes gives it a very interesting tone, but then the is such a nice sound, and you're going to hear a walk up, which makes it feel bright again on the last chord. That part. That. And then it's going to go back to that kind of majory sound. So right off the gate, they grab attention with the way the guitar is recorded. It sounds so good, along with the phrasing of the chord progression. So it's got something that's so, I guess you would say, so full of feeling right off the bat that it feels good. Oh wait, someone says there's no music. It's just my mic. Okay, hold on. Hey, can someone in the chat let me know? Are you hearing now? Are you hearing any sound? Let me type in here. Y'all aren't hearing the sound. That is very weird. Just make sure. Sound preferences. Okay, it says everything's set up. My end. So I'm in the chat right now looking to see if anyone. Oh, he said no, not yet. It says I'm sharing my computer sound. So let's see. Microphone, speakers. Look at audio settings. Share screen. Advanced. Audio. Output level. Check. Sound system. Huh. I don't know why I would not be giving it to you. It's really loud on my end. It's no bueno. I wonder why Zoom is not allowing the sound preferences. Does it make sense? Everything is normal. I don't know. This is weird. All right. Then I might have to redo this on another day because I don't know what's going on. Looks like everything is exactly how it usually is. So it's not sharing sound. Where's the sound going? Where is the sound going? Is the question. Sigmund. Well, if you can't hear me yet, apologize for that. It's weird. I have to figure out what this is. But I'm glad you discovered me on the React to. You say your daughter is going through AP Music Theory, which is so not engaging. Yeah, I mean, college is, especially music college, is a very interesting thing. Depending on what you're going to college for, depending on what your daughter wants to do in the music industry, I would say it's very important to understand what it is that you might possibly want to do, because school for music doesn't technically get you to the result that you want to go to in the actual music industry. So I would tell your daughter that, music college is good if you're there to learn something that you're going to use and that you know what you're going to use. But if you don't know exactly what you want to do in the music industry, there's definitely the whole feeling out process, which is great if you have different jobs and find things that you like. But you don't have to go to music school to become at the top of what you do, but you do have to study hard. So that is the trick. You don't have to go to music school, but you do have to study hard, or you do have to be around other people who can help you develop critical features that are needed to be successful in the music industry. Because there's certain features that are needed. It's kind of like the modeling industry has certain features that tend to favor certain people. Acting, the same thing. There's certain features that tend to favor certain people. The music industry the same way. There's features, there's characteristics that have to be quantifiably kind of like brought to a elite level. And if those levels are not there, it's gonna be really hard. And most of it's not music theory based. Music theory based is part of it, but not as big as people think. Or just overall, going to music college doesn't provide enough of the things that you need to establish a real career in the music industry. It's good, to learn about things, but yeah, I want you to know that, because if you look at the actual music industry and how many people of real success went to a music college, the number's a lot lower than people think. Okay, you said I'm coming through okay, but just not the YouTube video. Yeah, all right. Well, I might have to just check my setup and figure out how to do this again, because my original computer died today, and so sadly it is no longer with us. And that one has all of my gear, and it connects to my cameras and all the things that we do. So on this computer, it looks like it's not working. This is one of the older computers that we have that I was just trying to use today, just in case as a backup, but it might just be that it's not able to handle this. So that being said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to circle back around to this song, and I will do a full breakdown. So I just want everyone to know is that I will be filming a lot of reaction videos, like I mentioned earlier, coming up in the next couple of weeks. So I'll just have to circle back and just do a whole bunch for everyone, just because I know it's been a bit between doing the professional looking videos, because we've been doing a lot on Patreon, but also because I'm in a moving process right now. So it's hard to get all of them in. And that's why I'm always making sure we're doing videos on Patreon, but sometimes on YouTube, we haven't gotten around to do as many in just the last couple weeks. But all that stuff will change as soon as we get set up in our new place, and they'll get back to normal. So since y'all can't hear the actual video of the song, which that's the whole reason why I'm here, is to help you out with that. Instead, what I'll do is I'll come back on, I'll shoot this video and do a full one of this one and a breakdown. So that being said, I hope everyone has a good day, and I will talk to you soon. There you go.